Imagine this. You pick up a potato chip. It's thin, golden, just oily enough to shine under the kitchen light like it knows it's about to ruin your plans. You bring it to your mouth, and for half a second there's this tiny pause, like your brain is holding its breath. Then, crunch. Not a soft crunch, a loud, sharp, satisfying crack that echoes in your head like a dopamine drumline. The chip shatters. Little crispy flakes hit your tongue and stick to your teeth. Salt blooms across your taste buds like someone just turned the volume up on flavor. Your jaw does that happy work motion. Chew, snap, grind. Like it finally got a job after being unemployed all day. And in that moment, everything else gets quiet. The emails, the stress, the responsibilities, the I'll start Monday. It's just you and that crunch. And the weirdly comforting feeling that you've found something that makes your brain say, yes, more of that. And then, here's the part nobody talks about. You don't just want another chip. You want the next crunch. Because the first bite wasn't just food. It was a sensory event. It was therapy with sound effects. Now, if I told you who inspired this video, I might have to kill you. And listen, I'm a doctor. I'm trying to reduce paperwork, not create it. So I'm not saying names. Okay, fine. I'm not saying the first name that inspired me, but I am giving a shout out to the other. Shout out to Bella from the Steak and Butter Gal YouTube channel. She dropped a video called You Won't Stop Eating These Carnivore Chips, 2 ingredients. And I recently tried them. Let's just say, if Crunch had a love language, this would be it. I'll link her video because she's doing something I genuinely respect, helping people stay on track without pretending cravings don't exist. Because cravings don't just disappear because you read a motivational quote and drank lemon water. Now let's get into the real question. Why do you crave crunchy foods on keto? Because it's rarely just weakness. It's usually a message, a nervous system message, a sensory message, a habit message, sometimes even a micronutrient message. And when you learn what the message is, you stop fighting your body and start working with it. Let's break it down. First, you're not always craving a food. You're craving a sensation. Crunch is a whole experience. It's sound, it's texture, it's feedback. It's your brain getting a little round of applause with every bite. Crunch says, yes, something happened. And that matters more than most people realize. That's why we can eat a perfectly keto meal, steak, eggs, butter, the whole metabolic health love story, and then still feel like you need something. Not because you need carbs, but because your brain wants to snap. That's sensory hunger. And sensory hunger is real. Number 1. Sensory hunger and stimulation. There's stomach hunger and then there's sensory hunger. Stomach hunger says, I need fuel. Sensory hunger says, I need stimulation. When you switch to keto, you usually cut out ultra-processed crunchy stuff. Chips, crackers, cereal, pretzels, breaded things, which is great for metabolic health. But your brain notices the missing fireworks. Crunchy foods are loud. They're dramatic. They're the action movie of the food world. Meanwhile, soft foods can feel like a documentary narrated by a whispering British man. Informative, but not thrilling. So sometimes the cravings is your brain saying, can we please have a little excitement? And that's why a crunchy keto option can sometimes solve the craving fast, because you met the real need. Number 2. Stress and jaw fidget effect. This one is huge. When you're stressed, your nervous system looks for regulation, something to calm it down, something to discharge tension. Some people scroll, some people shop, some people argue in the comment section like it's a competitive sport. Other people crunch. Crunchy is a form of self-soothing. Chewing stimulates nerves in your face and jaw. It gives your brain repetitive input, and for many people, it's calming. That's why crunchy cravings often hit late afternoon, after a long day, at night, when you finally stop moving and your brain starts talking. If your crunch cravings get worse during stressful weeks, don't shame yourself. That's not lack of discipline. That's a nervous system asking for help. Number 3, habit loops, cue, routine, reward. Your brain runs patterns. Cue, routine, reward. Cue, I'm watching TV. Routine, I crunch something. Reward, comfort. Here's the problem. You can change your macros, but still keep the loop. So your brain still expects crunch with certain cues. Netflix cue, crunch routine. Driving cue, crunch routine. Work break cue, crunch routine. And your body can be full, but your brain is like, where's my routine? That's why you can eat dinner and still go hunting for crunch like you misplaced it under the couch. This isn't hunger, it's habit. The fix isn't white knuckling. It's swapping the routine while keeping a reward. Same cue, new routine, similar reward. That's how you rewire without suffering. Number 4, salt and electrolytes, the keto flush. Now let's get mechanistic. When carbs go down, When insulin goes down, your kidneys dump more sodium and water. That's part of early keto adaptation. It's why people get headaches, fatigue, lightheadedness, and cravings. Crunchy foods often equal salty foods. So sometimes the crunch craving is secretly a salt craving. Your body may be trying to stabilize blood volume, nerve signaling, muscle function. So if you're craving salty crunch on keto, consider, are you under-salted? Are you sweating more? Are you drinking a lot of caffeine? Are you peeing a lot? Are you doing intense workouts? Sometimes adding electrolytes or salting food properly makes cravings quiet down fast. Quick note, if you have kidney disease, heart failure, or take certain blood pressure meds, talk with your clinician before pushing electrolytes. Number 5, micronutrients and what's missing signals. Not every craving is a deficiency, but sometimes cravings are clues. Common suspects: sodium, magnesium related to stress, sleep, relaxation, potassium related to energy and muscle function. And here's a sneaky one, protein adequacy. Some people go so heavy on fat that meals feel keto but not satisfying. Then the brain keeps searching, and crunchy snacks become the easiest target. If you're always craving crunch after meals, ask, did I eat enough protein? Or did I just eat keto calories? Protein often tells the brain, we're done. Number 6, dopamine, mouthfeel, and reward prediction error. Crunch is a dopamine amplifier. It's sensory novelty. It changes texture as you chew. It's loud feedback, and your brain loves that. That's also something called reward prediction error. That's when your brain expects a reward and doesn't get it, so it keeps seeking. Example, you want chips. You eat something soft instead. It tastes fine, but your brain wanted crunch plus salt plus snap plus stimulation. So you keep wandering back into the kitchen, not because you're hungry, but because the reward didn't land. That's why good substitutions work. They match the sensation, not just the macros. Now let's talk solutions. Real world, practical, no drama solutions. First, give your brain a smarter crunch. If you need crunch, you're allowed to have crunch. Just make it metabolic, health friendly. Options: pork rinds with clean ingredients, crispy bacon, Parmesan crisps, cucumber slices with salt, celery with tuna or chicken salad, seaweed snacks, pepperoni chips in the air fryer, roasted pumpkin seeds, but portions matter. And yes, things like Bella's creative carnivore chips can help some people stay consistent. That's the goal. Second, check salt and hydration strategically. If cravings hit hard, try this experiment. Salt your food a bit more for a day. Add electrolytes if appropriate. Hydrate earlier in the day. And don't chug water late at night unless you enjoy midnight bathroom marathons. Sometimes the craving isn't snack time. It's my body wants balance. Third, fix the stress signal, not just the snack. If your crunch cravings are stress-driven, try a nervous system reset. 2 minutes of slow nasal breathing, a short walk, stretching, a hot shower, magnesium glycinate at night if tolerated. Because sometimes your brain isn't craving chips, it's craving relief. Fourth, rewire the habit loop. Name your cue, then swap the routine. Cue, TV. Routine, planned keto crunch plus tea. Reward, comfort. Cue, work break. Routine, walk plus electrolyte drink. Reward, reset. Cue, after dinner. Routine, brush teeth plus peppermint tea. Reward, closure. You don't need endless discipline. You need a better system. Fifth, protein first at meals. If cravings hit after meals, try this. Start with protein, eat to satisfaction, then add fat for satiety. Protein is often the missing off switch. Sixth, don't keep trigger crunch in your house. I say this with love. If it's in your house, it's in your mouth. That's not a character flaw. That's a brain doing brain things. So make your environment match your goals. Remove the landmines. Make the better options easy. Here's the big takeaway. Crunch cravings on keto don't mean you're failing. They mean you're human. Sometimes it's sensory hunger. Sometimes it's stress. Sometimes it's habit. Sometimes it's electrolytes. Sometimes it's protein. Sometimes it's just your brain missing stimulation. But when you understand the root cause, you stop fighting yourself and you start winning consistently. Now I want to hear from you. What's your crunch kryptonite? Chips, crackers, cereal, ice. Drop it in the comments. And if you found this helpful, like and subscribe, because we're not just chasing weight loss, we're building metabolic freedom. And for more keto, carnivore, cravings, and fat loss videos, click the playlist and check the links in the description. I'm here to help you protect your nest. I'll see you in the next video.